Lord, man. This is the 40th day of being quarantined, and life is getting kind of crazy. I mean, seeing the state of Texas open up, seeing some of the other states start to come in and allowing people to go shopping and other things. We look at the statistics and we look at what medical is really saying about this situation, and we know that us going back into real life, we know that by the time September and October comes back around, we know that the historical of just the flu combined with this deadly thing, I believe that we're going to be in quarantine again. But today, I wanted to talk to you guys about zebras and horses. A lot of times we want the zebra. And what I mean by the zebra is that thing that is unique, that thing that is special. It's hard to find. It's almost kind of like that. It's almost kind of like the unicorn. But the problem is that a lot of people have been going into horse stables to find a zebra. And the problem is that they get frustrated when they go and they get a horse because they always wanted a zebra. And the problem is, and I see that in relationships. I see people going for relationships that are very unhealthy, that are not good for them. But it seems like they get so upset with the other person because they're not what they want them to be. It's because what you're looking for, that person is not. A lot of times people get into jobs that are just unhealthy for them. Like it's beneath their level of education or skill base. But a lot of times they get into these positions just because they're scared. They're scared to grow. They're scared to maximize who they want to be in life. So a lot of times they just get satisfied with the horse. And another thing is it's just friends. I noticed that people pick. I always ask people, how many friends do you have? And I've seen people name, 10, 12, 13. I've seen people say none. I never really understand what the difference is. But the one thing that I've learned in counseling is that a lot of people pick friends for situations. And whenever that situation is over, they don't find that connection with them. And so a lot of times people get one thing that blows my mind is how people can say that they have a friend that did them wrong, because those two things just don't add up to me. I mean, I've never had a friend who I consider a friend to ever do me wrong, not steal from me, and I've had some good friends that's been on drugs and many other aspects of their life. But when someone is your friend, they're not going to ask you to do things that are unhealthy. They're not going to make you give you information or give you some type of mindset that's going to be very unhealthy. And that's the reason why whenever we talk about criminogenics, we always have to look at who are the people around us. Who are these people that we're hanging out with? What are some of our belief systems? Because sometimes we got to get some of these horses out of our life so that the real zebras can come in. And whenever they do come in, they're going to look the same. But the one thing about the stripes is you can go paint stripes on a horse, but it's still not going to be a zebra. So a lot of times we have situations in our life where we pick really, really unhealthy people just because we're in a really bad place in life. The thing that I'm asking you guys is look at your life. Do you have a bunch of zebras running around, or do you have a bunch of horses? And if you can truly say that you have zebras in your life and you're in zebra situations where you're maximizing your potential, then you're doing really good. But if you're in a place where the people that you've been hanging around with just aren't really supportive, the people that you have been calling your significant other is not really putting all of the effort in that you're putting in, you might want to just admit that you got you a horse and it's not a zebra. So it is what it is. I don't mean to be rude or blunt about people's lives. Call it what it is. And sometimes we just pick some really bad people in our lives. We pick some unhealthy relationships just because we need somebody in our life. And you know, there's a lot of good people to find. And if you go and look for those people, you'll probably find them. So good to see everybody. I'm glad you guys are tuning in. Love you guys. Stay tuning in to the Cadillac Counselor. Man, you guys have made this more than I would have ever thought. So good to see you guys. It's Sunday. We've been quarantined for 40 days. I don't know what this is gonna look like in the long run, but I'll tell you one thing, man. I'm just trying to make the best out of it and just have a good day. It's Sunday, man. Let's have fun. So I'll see you tomorrow. Have a blast. Cadillac Counselor.